This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Browseabout Books.
All right, you guys, you remember earlier we were talking about Grand Giving Week with Browseabout. Browseabout, they're doing this really cool thing, giving a portion of proceeds to other local groups and organizations because Browseabout is a local business. They know what it's like to really appreciate that local support. So another beneficiary of Grand Giving Week is the Southern Delaware Alliance of Racial Justice. And to talk a little bit more about what they are and what they do, we have the founder, we have Charlotte with us today. So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for inviting us.
Yes.
We always love to talk about the Southern Delaware Alliance for Racial Justice because we think it is a good organization for the community, and we think we've had an impact on the community in terms of people coming together and saying, yes, we support the elimination of racism and all of its corrosive consequences, and we do want to end divisiveness and be a community that grows together.
Yeah, definitely. So first, for people who don't know about your group and what you started, tell us just a little bit about the Alliance.
Well, the Alliance, as I said, was started in 2015 after some of us had gotten together from different organizations like the League of Women Voters of Delaware and of Sussex County to read Michelle Alexander's book, The New Jim Crow, and to read Brian Stevenson's book, Equal Justice. And it struck us that what both of these authors were saying is, if you really want to bring people together, you've got to start talking with people that you're least familiar with, that you're least comfortable with, and see if you can learn to understand each other. You also have to educate because there is so much misinformation out there. You also have to advocate, but not in an aggressive way, but in a way where, again, you inform, whether it's to your legislative leaders or to your community leaders, that racism hurts everyone. So we developed a magazine called Black Voices, because if you look around Sussex County, there wasn't black leadership on the boards, in the corporate sectors, in the school systems, in government. I mean, until a recent election, there were no black leaders representing Sussex County up in Legislative Hall. So we created Black Voices because through gentrification, the black population has become very invisible, but they're there. And if you can't see them, you could at least hear them. So this magazine gives the black community the opportunity to speak out and say what's their input into the development of Sussex County. What are their needs? What are their positive attitudes or concerns about the county?
Yes, I can tell you're very passionate about what you do. One thing too you mentioned is books, you know, learning history, just keeping up with the history of this area and nationally through books. And of course, Browseabout has so many incredible books. So what does it mean for you to be a beneficiary of this week that they're doing?
Well, it's wonderful because, again, the generations that you want to educate are our youth, from high school down to the first grade. And Browseabout, as a partner, has afforded us the opportunity to, number one, recognize children who are showing leadership potential, academic potential, to enjoy reading, to enjoy learning, because learning is so very important. Because by their giving and contributing to our awards to elementary school children and middle school children, and that is the program that we are talking about, Browseabout has been able to allow us to give a bigger reward to these children.
Well, Charlotte, thank you so much for being here today and telling us not only about the Southern Delaware Alliance for Racial Justice, but about, you know, your plans for the future, what you've already been doing. I think it's going to inspire a lot of people.
Podcast is next.
Oh, okay, podcast is next. You heard it here, folks. Exciting. I love that you're continuing to grow, and by having these partnerships with Browseabout, you can continue to grow, and it is such a great support. So shout out to Browseabout, of course, as well. We're going to continue showing you some beneficiaries in the area all through the rest of Grand Giving Week. Right now, though, guys, more CoastLife's coming your way, so hang tight. We'll be right back.